Hello and welcome to Scrapping on the Fly. My name is Kristen and I'm here with day 13 of 30 Days of Sketches with Christy's Beautiful Life, Series 11. And today's sketch is by Brandi Jo and it's lots of fun. You can pull in all sorts of color or monotone, really was what the sketch kind of looks like. I have these 3 pictures of my kids eating a Pop-Tart on the floor watching cartoons, I'm sure. I love these. I just found them. I barely even remember taking them. They're from 2012. And I was excited to find this picture because I have this paper in my Obed Marshall Buenos Dias collection that actually has Pop-Tarts on it. And I always thought I'm just going to end up using the backside of this for white cardstock. And so I felt like this was the perfect layout to pull out this breakfast paper. And I think I want to add the frame from the collection. I've got the stickers, I've got the chipboard, I've got the puffies. I pulled out this bowl of cereal and a cup of coffee because I want to go ahead and just know for sure I'm going to put those on the layout. And there's, of course, like almost a full sheet of chipboard as well as almost a full sheet of the project pad. And lots of ephemera. And then I have my Heidi Swap date stamp, which you won't see me use, but because I always forget until later. So we'll see. And then I'm going to pull some mixed media and bring in a stencil. So that'll be fun. And see how that looks. And so I've got my paper, I've got all my embellishments, I've got my fun pictures in this sketch. So let's see how this goes. So I picked my papers, of course, the cereal. I picked this pink with an orange polka dot, a predominantly solid yellowy orange color. And then I wanted a pop of something a little darker so that there would be some contrast on this layout between the layer of the cereal and the layer of with the polka dots. So I am putting down the paper next to or on top of so that I can kind of jagged tear. Instead of doing the zigzag pattern they've got going on, I am going to just tear it, which I'm fine with. I like the white edges because you're going to be able to see them. They help it stand out, especially that dark teal color and that pink and orange. So they stand out really well on that orange paper, which is going to be the background paper. And then, of course, I want the top to be this cereal paper with the Pop-Tarts on it. So it's an odd paper, right? I mean, it's coming in handy for me today, but it's a little odd. But it's really the only one in this collection, and it's only in the project pad, but it was the only one that really kind of gave me a little bit of trouble, probably because I'm trying not to be themey, but I can't help it. So, but anyway, and if that's all you get in an entire collection that's kind of hard to maneuver with, that's pretty good. So I am going to put this away, but then I decided I'm going to use all 3 of these papers, the teal, the polka dot, and the cereal paper, to mat my pictures. I was going to do them all in one color and decided since I have these scraps, and I am going to make another layout with those torn bits, but not on camera. But I have all 3 of those torn bits, and since my Obed Marshall is already out, I might as well create a layout to go with it. So I've gotten all that down. I pull out the stencil, and this is actually from the Obed Marshall Buenos Dias collection. And I just take worn lipstick and Distress Oxide through it, and it looks like splatters on her sketch. And I like that idea because I splatter often, but I really thought pulling this stencil in was kind of neat, and I will do this again in other layouts because I love the way I just kind of like randomly drag the little finger dauber and make little spots in different places, and I think it looks really cool. So I put a more defined space where she has the little blops or blotches or whatever on her sketch. Ooh, excuse me. But for the most part, I just kind of move it around in different places in the worn lipstick as well as in Spice Marmalade. And then I'm going to pull out a Delusion Shimmer Spray in Vibrant Turquoise, and I'm going to splatter that. I thought that would help with that tealy color in the middle, bring that color to the rest of the layout. Sorry, I had to put some chapstick on. My lips are super dry. So I've trimmed down the border of the pictures and then matted them on black. But I needed to trim them down because it's only a 12 by 12. And if my papers or pictures are 4 by 4, then they're going to come straight across with no gaps and no spaces on the side. So I'm not putting them down evenly, and I don't care. I'm not super OCD about that. I just got a new adhesive runner. I've heard lots and lots of the people I watch have the ATG guns, and so I finally broke down and decided I would get one. I got lucky and had a coupon at Joann's, and so I got it for 50% off, which made me super happy, and it came with 2 rolls of adhesive. But this adhesive is uber sticky, and I don't know if you can buy it in a repositional, and I just happened to get whatever was in it was not. I haven't really looked into it yet. Oh yes, this is permanent on the top of it. Now I've looked into it. So, so if there's a repositionable, I'll have to look into that because I move my stuff a lot. And I know that Sandy was State Goddess here on YouTube. She moves her stuff a lot too, and she uses it. So I know there's got to be an option that is repositionable because Lord knows I need that option. That's why I like the Scotch tape glider that I had, or the Scotch tape runner. That's right. Or anywho, enough about adhesive, you all. So I have my pictures down, and now I am going to title this layout Incredible Moments. And I mat that on that tealy colored paper so it'll pop off the page down here. And I love that color. It's my favorite color. This moment is not anything in particularly special, but my kids, not to mention, they're so dang cute, right? I mean, look at their faces. Oh, that's when they gave me a whole lot less gray hairs. But anyway, but the other part of the story is, I don't know if you can tell in the pictures because I've trimmed them down so much. Their dad's military bag is in the background because he leaves on deployment the day after this picture is taken. So they are, trying to deal with all that comes with being a military kid. So this was his 3rd deployment, and my son's 1st and my daughter's 3rd, although she's a itty bitty baby on the 1st one. So I'm not sure she much remembers anything other than the fact that her dad was a phone for the first 8 months of her life. So luckily, she figured that out later when she's a little older that he's not a phone. But anyway, so there's a lot that kind of goes into this, even though they're just super cute pictures, and I'd have documented them without that, but I just love how much they love each other. And even though they bicker and fight like most siblings do, they really do love each other. I mean, seriously, they both are super protective of the other one, and now they are 21, and my son will be 14 in 2 weeks. Oh my gosh. Hard to believe those sweet little faces are of legal drinking age and almost going into high school. I just find that wrong. So anyway, and so now I'm just adding little clusters of things. There wasn't really anything on the sketch that led me to have an idea for where, which I love because then you kind of can choose for yourself. So I just made a little cluster above the picture, the first picture, and then above the last picture. And kind of brought it over with that word perfect and added that arrow. Now I will tell you, after I turned the camera off, I took my black zig pen and outlined that arrow that I put from the word perfect down to the picture, because I noticed that it's really disappearing into the paper because the teal is on top of the teal and part of the pink is on top of the pink. And so I thought I would go ahead and take that thin line zig pen and write around it so it stands out a whole lot better. You'll see in the Instagram pictures on, Instagram. Or if you're in the Facebook group, because we love it when everybody will post their layouts that they create. And if you create a video, you can post the link to that so we can check that out. Plus, there's a playlist, which is going to be linked below. So I would love it if you'd go check that out. If you are looking for inspiration, This is a place, you all. I will start on March the 1st, and I will just listen and watch all this inspiration happen, and it is amazing. The first day, you know, it's kind of cool to watch them, and then all of a sudden it's like it goes from 30, 40, 50 videos to like hundreds and tons of layouts. It's just great. So I hope you all go check that out, and you can also do that on Facebook. And I hope you all have a great day. Happy scrapping.